Hey everyone, this is Mike. Today is going to be a very quick video going over the balance changes that happened in 6.11. This is our Ultimate patch that's coming out later today, or well, by the time this video comes out. Ultimate's probably out as well. So this is how the jobs are going to be for that Ultimate. And let's just jump right into it with Gunbreaker. They got a 20 potency buff on all of their Gnashing Fang actions, so the 3 GCDs, as well as the 3 off-global cooldowns. Now, Gunbreaker's DPS was already really good, so I was kind of surprised to see this happening. But I guess they kind of wanted to make it more on par with Dark Knight. Dark Knight right now is the highest DPS tank. Arguably, in my opinion at least, it's a little bit easier to play than Gunbreaker, so maybe the devs were like, well, Gunbreaker's harder to play. Let's just bring their damage up to at least the same level of Dark Knight, I would imagine. Now this could have an impact on the rotation, because Endwalker Gunbreaker is a little bit wonky to play sometimes. Back in Shadowbringers we had a clean 3-minute rotation. It's not the case anymore in Endwalker, because at certain points in the rotation we have to make a choice between 3 bad things essentially. It's either we delay our No Mercy, we overcap a cartridge, or we use Gnashing Fang before going into No Mercy. Those were your 3 options, and the one that we would usually choose is using the Gnashing Fang early. Now, because there are potency boosts to Gnashing Fang and Savage Claw, it might not be worth using it before No Mercy anymore. So we'll just have to wait and see what the people that are like the number guys end up coming up with, but this could actually have an impact on the rotation outside of just being some potency buffs. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to affect the rotation. Moving on to Dragoon, no number changes here, but some quality of life. Whenever you jump now and it changes to Mirage Dive, there will be a small input delay to prevent the unintended execution of Mirage Dive. This is an amazing change because ever since they changed jump and high jump to be able to like switch into Mirage Dive, I would almost always double weave that thing, even if I did not intend to do so, because we have an input buffer in Final Fantasy. Or input queuing, I guess would be the correct way to call it. So whenever I press 2 buttons, even if there's like a 1 second until that button has to go off, it would still queue the 2 actions. This is also the reason why macros feel so bad, because macros don't have that queuing system. So this would basically make it so that you don't accidentally double weave your high jump anymore, or at least I would hope so, which would be quite nice, because that was really the only complaint that I had about Dragoon, that it was too easy to double weave high jump and Mirage Dive, and hopefully this will fix that. Then moving on to Samurai, they got some small potency buffs on Midare Setsugeka, Kaeshi Setsugeka, that's the double Midare essentially, and then Shoha. Small potency buffs by 40 potency on the Midares and 20 on Shoha. This isn't going to have a huge impact on Samurai, but these actions do come back fairly regularly. The 2 Midares are also going to be guaranteed crits, so they got some extra potency in there, I guess, as well. But it is a nice fix, because Samurai did get a fair hit in their DPS output with the 6.1 changes. So getting some small potency buffs is definitely the right way to go, and hopefully this will put them up back into the same position that they were before, or at least closer to it than they are right now. And then moving on to our last job, Machinist, this one could also use some potency buffs, and what they did is they increased the potency per weapon skill landed from 200 to 220 during your wildfire. Now I just want to cast your memory back to the Gunbreaker changes. Gunbreaker got the exact same change, but every 30 seconds. Machinist gets it every 2 minutes. So this isn't going to be affecting the DPS output of Machinist at all. Literally, that's gonna be 120 potency per 2 minutes. That's not going to be changing any significant things at all. Machinist is still going to be the worst DPS in the game. Will it be fine to clear Ultimate? Probably. But it is kind of sad that Machinist needed 300 DPS and they got like, what is this, 30 or something like that. So they are still quite far behind the rest of the pack, and I really hope that in 6.2 then I guess they do get the buffs that they deserve, because while Machinist is definitely playable, it's definitely not fun to see it so far behind the rest of the pack. But I already ranted enough about that in a different video. You can go check that out if you want to do so. But those are all of the balance changes that were in patch 6.11. As I said before, Ultimate is out today as well, so for everyone going in there, good luck. I'll be going in 2 weeks late, but once I do finally go in, you can expect some streams on that as well. But that's gonna do it for today's video. I want to thank you for watching, I want to thank my Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one.